Hello and welcome to In Novato, the monthly TV show that's produced by Novato Community Television. I'm your host, Pam Hazley, and we're opening up this month's show from the beautiful Unity in Marin at the former Hamilton Air Force Base in Novato. In this month's show, the Novato Space Museum held their annual Space Festival in early August. The Chamber of Commerce hosted their City Council Candidates Forum. And Nostalgia Days rolled into town. But first, Bread and Roses is having their annual volunteer recognition event here today at Unity in Marin. What is Bread and Roses? Well, let's find out.
We really believe in the healing power of music and how important it is for everybody, not just one person or another, but it's really important work for everybody. It is about hope and healing through music. It's really fun to be able to see everybody come together and come out and enjoy the day.
What is Bread and Roses?
Well, the short version is that we've been around for almost 44 years, bringing hope and healing to the people who are isolated, who are in dark places, that people who generally don't have an opportunity to see live entertainment. But really what it is, it's about pay it forward. It's really about the opportunity to do good things and good deeds, and that's what the nonprofit world basically is about, and we're at the center of that. So.
We bring the light and the soul of humanity, and at its best, laughter, humor, music, incredibly great gifted artists, all free and all to uplift the human spirit and to remind people how important it is to give back compassionately in the community.
It is just so soul gratifying to be a part of the organization. To see the joy that live music brings to people, there is no substitute for it.
It's a couple of people with guitars, singing, making jokes, and it was a really uplifting and just positive hour. I walked away from it kind of reaffirming what I thought the Bread and Roses is.
Today is really our way of, as I said, we have about 1,000 volunteers. Well, probably about 250 of them will be here. It's our way to give back to them, to thank them. It's an appreciation day. We call it the Jam.
We're so grateful for all the volunteers who help us, over 1,000 volunteers at any given time, and about 50 hosts who help us MC the shows, because we do so many.
It's great to meet some people that I've never met before. There's a few people that are winning awards today that I'm friendly with, so that will be nice.
Most of the awards that we're giving up today are to our volunteers, because this is really a party for them. And some have volunteered as long as 40 years. And we have one group getting a 35-year award, and I personally am getting a 30-year award.
You have an audience that really says back to the performers, thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's magic. That's really magic stuff.
So we have great audiences who are so appreciative.
It's really important to keep the organization going, and we encourage people of all ages, and particularly younger artists and supporters, to get involved with Bread and Roses.
People who give, people who are involved in charities, they want to feel like they're making a difference, and they want to feel good about what they're doing. So imagine wrapping it around music and entertainment. Pretty cool.
And if we bring the light, we also must learn to glow in the dark. That's Bread and Roses.
Well, 3 candidates are vying for 2 seats on Novato City Council. See what they have to offer Novato residents at the Novato Chamber of Commerce's Candidates Forum held recently.
The final question from the audience is probably a very good segue into your conclusions. So we'll start with the question, and this is going to start with Denise. What's your vision for the future of Novato?
I would love to see Novato be a place that we could continue to see some progress We need opportunities where people can go and gather. I love gathering spots because I think it's a great way to engage the community and be a part of it. I love where we're headed in terms of having more concerts on the green. We have an amphitheater at Hamilton, which is providing us with that opportunity as well. But I need to see a place where we have a great place for seniors, a great place for our youth, and a great place for the middle people as well, where we really have an intergenerational city that works together, has an opportunity to live together and grow together. We have great schools. I want to continue to see that happen, but we do need to provide some housing so that we can have all generations be able to live here together.
Thanks, Denise. Pat?
The vision for Novato, where I'd like to see it, a strong sense of place, more restaurants, more entertainment, a walkable, bikeable community, a community that has a government that's fiscally sustainable, that we're able to provide the services that our community deserves. We want a safe community where people are not scared to leave their car unlocked or their door unlocked. That may be unrealistic in these times, but we want a safe community, people where we have officers that are walking the beat, that are riding their bicycles that they used to do, so that you knew the officers' names. We want to maintain that small town character where neighbors help neighbors and communities help other communities in our town. We have the beginnings. We just need some fine touches and some additional areas in the downtown and other places in the community in order to be able to fulfill that. Thank you.
Thanks, Pat. Kevin, vision.
So, 3 things. Better, funner, more terrific downtown, period. That's going to be something so special for everybody, and that's going to be something that includes everybody, kids, families, adults, seniors. If we have that one thing 5 years from now, and I think we can, I'm going to be really happy, and I think a lot of people are too. The second thing, the green energy leader, the environmental and sustainability leader in Marin. If we can become that, if we can continue to support green energy, to make ourselves more open to sustainability, the fact that we have hired a sustainability coordinator just makes me really happy. That in itself is going to give us an identity. Right now, we're the gateway to Petaluma. Tomorrow, you're supposed to laugh at that, you guys. We're not really the gateway to Petaluma. Tomorrow, we're going to be the green energy leader of Marin. And then finally, from my vision of Marin, we want to lower the cost of living. At the same time, we honor our past. That's one of those things that is going to be hard to do. It's a balancing act. But when we get there, again, we're going to look around and congratulate each other and be the people who we aspire to be right here, right now.
Thank you, Kevin.
All throughout the Novato Unified School District, teachers are implementing project-based learning into their programs. Keith Bergman pilots a program to help get kids more active in the My School in Motion program.
Things that we've done at Loma Verde is we piloted our first project-based learning project with our 4th graders. It actually enhanced our physical education program. It enhanced my relationship with my students. When they performed, every single student in every single group got something out of it. Everybody had a job, whether it was working on the moves, whether it was the leader of the group as they moved through stuff.
'Cause you don't even know. I can make your hands clap. Said I can make your hands clap. Somebody sing your song 'cause you've been
Project-based learning gives them all the communication and collaboration skills that they need to grow to be successful adults. and it's exciting to see how education is changing that way.
There's always opportunities for collaboration and working together and how communities are built.
My favorite thing was putting together the moves that we learned.
I've heard about PBL, but this was the first time I really saw it in action, and I enjoyed what I saw. The kids were great. There was a great Q&A at the end, and I learned a lot from the students also. I'm going to talk to Mr. B and get some more details about how he did this, because I think it's a great thing.
I learned how to cooperate better with my friends and how to solve problems better.
Once the ball gets rolling, how they come together, and that belief tends to come out of, I can do this, and I have the support of my peers as well. And I just think that's a beautiful thing.
It makes them overall adapt to different experiences, and it's always good to do something like that. It's challenging, not to mention that he's exercising, and I really like the fact that's at the beginning of the day, so it gets them in the right mindset.
My favorite thing that I did with this group was turning it into a really nice dance. In the future, I'd probably go with the flow even if I don't like it.
Well, I think that this could be applicable district-wide because 8 of our elementary schools, all 8 of them, are currently using the in-motion programs, giving students a voice and an avenue to really take charge of their own learning and make it more meaningful. But all of our different PE teachers have different focuses for their PBL units. So what's wonderful is that Keith is such a great collaborator and will share how he built this PBL with all of our other PE teachers so that they can use it as well.
I really enjoy working together and having fun and making mistakes and fixing them with my friends.
One of the best parts of this is how comfortable they are with making mistakes and really valuing the process of making it better.
Even though we had some of our ups and downs, we still managed to pull it off today.
I think it shows the importance of teamwork, following through, dedication. I also think it encourages her to use thinking outside of the box in the classroom, as well as just helping them feel great.
My favorite part about doing was probably about working together and like how we didn't really give up. Even though if you're afraid to do something, you gotta work hard, working hard and not giving up.
We're very proud of our students, very proud of the parents that actually came out, the teachers that came out, and the kids walk tall.
Every year, the streets of downtown Novato become a pageantry of custom and classic cars, and this year was no different. Let's take a look at the highlights of this year's Nostalgia Days event.
California Highway Patrol's out here today, just being a part of this awesome event. We're out here every year. It's always something we look forward to being a part of. Typically, we enjoy being around cars.
I asked my parents if they could buy me this car. I was in high school, and the car had just come out in 1977, brand new, and I told them, can you buy the car for me? And they said, well, I'm sorry, son, but it's just too flashy. Well, the car has been a dream car since I was 17 years old.
I have a 1956 Volkswagen chop top. I've been to this show a couple times before and really enjoy it, and Novato is a fun place.
seen it on the internet, and I bought it from Portland, Oregon. Went up and picked it up, drove it home, and that was on a rebuilt motor at the time. It only had 35 miles on it when I drove it home, so I broke it in on the way home. I had a Mustang 2 front end put on it, and that was cool. And now I have 2 inches of suspension.
So we're out here to show off our teen driver safety vehicle. So it's always good to be out in the community and talking with everybody, as well as getting to see all the beautiful classic cars. It can't be a better job.
The Novato Space Museum is located in the Pacheco Plaza in Ignacio. Every year it hosts a space festival, bringing together astronomers, scientists, and a panel of astronauts, along with star-struck children, to celebrate the wonders of space.
Apollo spacecraft had 220 cubic feet for 3 of us. That's about 70 cubic feet each. Now, for comparison to that, I will tell you that 45 cubic feet is almost the exact dimension of a coffin. Okay? Now, Apollo spacecraft had 220 cubic feet, which is pretty much comparable to the space inside a Volkswagen Beetle. So you can imagine what it's like with two other guys in a Volkswagen Beetle for 2 weeks. People ask me, how'd you feel about those guys leaving and going down the surface? I said, hallelujah. It was about time for them to go somewhere else and leave me alone. But that's about the size of a spacecraft. I said, these folks all flew on the shuttle, which had, I don't know, 1,000 times as much volume as we had? 100, about 100, 20,000 cubic feet maybe? No, not that much? Okay, but you had the cargo bay. Okay. All right, so they didn't have that much. But they had a heck of a lot more than we had. And not only that, in the shuttle, they had a toilet. Oh.
So, hey, wait, Dan, what about the Soyuz capsule?
Well, actually, the only time I never landed in a Soyuz, only on space station we had to change the docking port, so we kind of went on a real quick ride in the Soyuz, but not much room in it at all.
All right. How about over? Right here. Okay, sir.
Dr. Warden, I'm just curious. You're one of the few people in the world that's ever seen the dark side of the moon. When you were in the command module looking at the dark side of the moon, did you notice anything different to what you were expecting?
Oh, no, we won't talk about aliens. And have you seen the movie Apollo 18? Anybody seen the movie Apollo 18? It'll give you nightmares, let me tell you. No, let me explain something. There are two things about the moon that get confused. There's the dark side and there's the backside. The dark side is the side away from the sun, and the backside is the side away from the earth, and they're not the same thing at all. Now, on my flight, the moon was about half full, so half of the moon, if you were looking at it in the sky, the side on the left would be in darkness, okay? But on the backside would be it would be away from the earth. There was a portion of that orbit that I was in, about, I'd say maybe a quarter of the revolution around the moon, about a quarter of that, about 90 degrees, I was in darkness from both the earth and the sun. Absolutely no light outside of starlight. And it was quite amazing because I couldn't pick out an individual star. There were so many stars that it was just a sheet of light. And it led me to believe that, we're in our infancy of knowledgeable species, intellectual, intelligent species. And it's very hard for us to understand the universe that's out there. But we live in the Milky Way galaxy. And the Milky Way galaxy alone contains something like 200 or 400 billion stars. And that's one galaxy amongst hundreds of billions of galaxies out there. We don't have a very good understanding of what the universe is like out there. But from that portion of the moon, I probably have the best view that anybody would ever have of looking at the universe as it really is, without having to look through the atmosphere, which cuts out about 90% of the light from the weaker stars. So you only see, when you look at the sky at night, you see the big constellations, you see the bright stars, but you don't see all the small stars that fill everything in between all that. And that's quite a revelation when you see that from out there.
Wow. All right, I'm going to take a question over in this area. Who would like to...
Okay, I was wondering, so when you are flying up into space, what do you guys talk about on the way up?
I just remember when the solid rocket boosters lit, and then you wonder, like, instantaneously, were you ever on a launch pad? I just remember two words, and they were woohoo, and there was... I mean, it's almost uncontrollable, and the high five is coming, and you're thankful that monitoring is all you have to do for that first minute and a half or so, because you just react to it.
Well, Novato is always full of exciting events. Let's take a look at a few coming up as we head into fall.
No one does Halloween like Novato does Halloween, and this year is no exception. Join the fun as downtown Novato transforms into a Candyland paradise during Safe Trick or Treat, Downtown Novato Business Association's annual event where kids of all ages collect treats from our local businesses. Afterward, be sure to gather on Sherman Avenue to partake in carnival games and Halloween fun, thanks to Novato's businesses and nonprofits. Gather up your courage and visit Novato's iconic City Hall, converted into a delightfully frightful haunted house suitable for the entire family, courtesy of the Novato Chamber and Cameron Coffee & K Professional Corporation. Scream on the Green's title sponsor, Sutter Health, joins in on the festivities and will be providing free flu shots for everyone, but don't be spooked, it doesn't hurt. Entertainment galore includes live music and performances. Dress up for the costume contest hosted by Novato Youth Center. There's much more fun to be had, so don't miss Scream on the Green. By the way, admission is free.
Well, that's our show for this month. I'm your host, Pam Hazley. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time right here in Novato. If you have ideas for a show segment or a local event you'd like to feature, we'd love to hear from you. Just send us an email to info@novatotelevision.tv, and we'll contact you about possibly airing your show idea or event. Please visit our website to learn more about NCTV and like us on our Facebook page. And be sure to tune in next month to see what your local government, nonprofit businesses, and community volunteers have been working on right here in Novato.
Novato Community Television. NCTV is your local community television station. Any Novato resident, nonprofit, or government agency is welcome to become a member and use the studio's resources to air your programming. NCTV has an experienced staff. We offer hands-on training and internships. We cover school board meetings, city council meetings, and many community events. Membership benefits include studio rental, the use of equipment, instruction on basic videography and editing, and a fun experience. NCTV, channels 26, 27, and 30.
Come see for yourself what NCTV has to offer you.